Oh, well, it's an early start this morning. I'm out and about with the Berkley fishing squad. Got my mate here, Jesse Eggins, who loves catching snapper on soft plastic, don't you?
Yep.
And we've got an, as I said, early start. What time did you get up this morning?
4:30.
4:30. And when's the best time to catch a snapper, you reckon?
I reckon early morning.
Early in the morning's the best time, so you've got to get out of bed early, haven't you? Get to bed early and get up early to chase a snapper. All right. So what are we doing, mate? We've got these big, long, soft plastic lures on. That's what mine looks like. Yours is the same. And we've got, what have we got out this way? This is where, what's the bait and the reef out this way?
Yep.
And we're drifting towards it. What are we going to do? Put a long cast in, eh?
Yep.
All right, show us your style then. Big, long cast. Oh, look at that fly. That's a cracking big cast. It's a secret. And then let a bit of line out. What are you doing now? You tell me what you're up to.
Wind the slack in.
Wind the slack in, yep. And then as you drift towards it, just wind a bit more slack in. Is that what you're doing? Righto, I'll try that. And give him a bit of a twitch as he sinks down, bit of a flick. All right. You got him, mate?
Yep.
Go, son.
Good fish.
Good fish. You reckon he's a good one? Just down the back that time, eh? Go, go, go. Lift him up. Oh, go, son. Oh, it's a good snapper. What do you want me to do, mate?
Get the net, get the net.
Get the net, get the net. Righto. Oh, that's a good one, mate. Bring him over, bring him over. Yeah, woohoo! Yes. Look at that. Oh, he spat your plastic off. Check that out. That's a beauty.
Ooh, that is a good fish.
That is a good fish. Here, you hang on to him. Show everyone at home what that looks like. We'll get the net out of the way. Hey, happy with that or what?
Yeah.
Check that out. That is a beauty. Now, why do you like catching them?
Oh, they're good eating and they fight hard. And they look good.
They look good, they're good eating and they fight hard. There you go. It's pretty hard to beat that, I've got to tell you. He's a beautiful looking fish, that one there. And they travel in big schools and some days you can throw in those soft plastics around. He's torn that one off. So that was one, oh, I think it was one of these ones, wasn't it? It was one that looked exactly like that. So that's a bait fish profile, you reckon? That's one that looks like a bit of bait?
Yeah.
What sort of bait do you think?
One of the baits that was down there.
So a slimy mackerel maybe, or a pilchard?
Slimy.
Yeah, cool. I did the job. He liked it that much, he ripped it off. So there you go. Cool. And what about this bump on their head? That's something that makes snapper a bit different from other fish, isn't it?
Yeah. They sometimes have big ones. When they get bigger, they have like a big one.
A big bump on their head?
Yeah, the males.
Oh, yep, well, that's right. I think, I'm not sure if they're males or what they are, but they definitely get that big bump. They look like a male fish, don't they, those ones with the big bumps on their head? Have you caught any real big ones?
I've caught, big ones.
Big ones? Yeah, what size? I think you might have said 6 kilos, did you?
Yeah, 6 kilos.
I've got to tell you, that's pretty good for a fella. How old are you? 11?
Yep.
Mate, you're going pretty good, I tell you. One gun, soft plastic snapper fisherman right here. All right, will we get the hook out and let him go?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Oh, there he goes. hey, one of these. Let's have a bit of a look at the gear that we're using to catch snapper on plastic. So this one's a 7'6" rod, 6 to 10 kilo, and a little 3000 size spin reel. What size braid have we got?
15.
15 pound. And then what size leader you got?
We have a 20-pound leader with a loop knot.
With a loop knot. Awesome. And I think that might be a 1/4 ounce jig head. So, and the lighter the jig head, is that better to let that lure just slowly sink down?
Yeah, slowly sink down, and for the bigger weight, it just sinks down quicker.
Too fast. So if you use too heavy a jig head, it just crashes to the bottom and you're going to catch that rock cod. You like catching rock. I saw you catch rock cod before, but you caught a couple of rock cod. But you're going to catch some of the rubbish fish if it sinks too fast, aren't you? So you want it to sink slower, you reckon?
And the snapper will see it through the middle of the water.
In the water column, and come and grab it. Oh, I like that. That sounds really good. All right, so why don't we tell everyone how we rig one up. So they're the jig heads we're using. Well, that's actually a 1/6, that one. So from a 1/6, I think that's a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 of an ounce. And it depends how deep you're fishing to how much weight you want.
Yep.
All right, shallower, you go a bit lighter. So let's have a look at one of these. I know you like this colour. Pull one of those out. So this one's a 7-inch jerk shad, this one's called. So do you, you just line him up in the middle.
Yep.
And feed him on. So he's quite a long hook, isn't he, that one? So you've got to feed him down, all the way down. And then what do you got to do? Push him up onto that grub keeper, do you?
Yep.
Push him up. I've got to tell you, look at that. That is ready to rock and roll. So cast him out and let him dive down. So what's the next plan then? So to catch a snapper, what do we got to do? Get that big long cast in, you reckon?
Yeah, big long cast with the long rod.
Yep.
And then just let it drift down, and then when there's heaps of slack, just wind it up till you can feel the soft plastic on
Yep.
on the rod, and then
Give it a couple of twitches.
yeah, give
And
it
then-
a couple of flicks, and then
Bang, they hit hard, don't they, those snapper?
yeah.
All right, mate, let's get in and do it. Well done. I reckon that's one, Jesse.
You on, Guesty?
Yeah, mate. You're gonna net this one for me.
Yep.
Oh, he's bouncing around. Feels like a snapper, Jess. Oh, there we go. Pulling a bit of string. Got the drag going a little bit.
Reckon it's a snapper?
Oh, I reckon it might be, bud. You tell me. Look at that rod. Is that what they do? They bounce like that, don't they? You reckon it's a snapper?
Yeah, I reckon it's a big one.
Oh, it might be a nice one, I think. Oh, you can see down. Have a look down the water. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, there's a big
Oh, it's a
snapper.
good snapper, isn't it? Oh,
Good
there he
colours
goes.
on it.
Good colours. You ready? Put the net under there. Good work. That's good network. Well done. Hey, can you do a one-handed one? Well done. Righto, lift him up, swing him around. You go backwards. Get him up here. All right. Let me just sit him just there, bud. All right. Hey, that's pretty good, isn't it? One each. And it's been, how quiet was it? Just crouch down here, bud, next to me. Come down here. How quiet was it to start with? We couldn't catch one, could we?
They just came up.
Yeah.
They
So
rocked up.
they did, they just sort of rocked up. Have you worked out every time you go fishing, do you catch fish straight away every time?
No,
So what do you got to do?
just be patient.
Be patient. That's a great word. Be patient and keep working. And sometimes things happen, don't they? Current changes or there's a tide change or something happens, doesn't it? Especially with snapper. And suddenly it all starts to happen just like that. Hey, check him out, mate. Look at that same coloured lure. I saw you catch that one on that coloured lure. So that's what you do. You just copy the bloke who's catching the fish. Look at that.
Look at the colours on them there. And all the blue dots. And big spikes up the front there.
Yep. So if you're gonna handle a fish, if you had to give someone some advice, which way do you run your hand if you're gonna touch the fish?
Back there.
Back towards the tail. So you run your hand along the top of the dorsal fin there, you show me, and you go that way. That's okay, isn't it? But you never go the other way, do you?
No.
Good advice, mate. And that purple above the eye, that's one of the great things about snapper, isn't it? That real bright colour. And if you're going to eat one, would you eat one this size? Good size to eat?
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good pan size.
Yep. Let the real big ones, the big breeders go, and the little ones, and just keep the...
Look at the tail on it.
He's a bit of a knocked around tail, isn't he, that one? I'm pretty happy. I've got to tell you, that's a fish eats. That's pretty good going. And the sun's up and it's nice and calm. Probably when you're snapper fishing, I think you mentioned it before, a little bit of wind's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or a bit of cloud cover's also good too.
Yeah, just a minute ago. Something.
That's it, mate. Check that out. Well, I've got to tell you, young Jesse Eggins, that was pretty good. Two really good quality snapper.
I think mine was a bit bigger, but
You're still on about that. I reckon it was a bit bigger too. But hey, as long as we had a bit of fun, you got one about, I don't know, probably 3 kilos. I got one a couple of kilos. Anytime you snapper fishing, you catch a couple of good ones like that, is a great day. I know there's another reef back down this way. What do you reckon we're going to go down there?
yeah, let's go.
All right, there you go. Berkley Fishing Squad, I've got to tell you, this fella is carving the snapper up.